How does a bitterly impoverished, famine-ravaged nation with little discernible industry finance a nuclear weapons program? In the face of harsh international sanctions, how do its elites manage to exist in such luxury? Nerds with weapons are the brief response. Here's the lengthy reply. The most remote country on Earth, North Korea, is an outcast state. The winners are, because of their insistence on independence, ordinary people find importing valuable goods from abroad challenging, similar to fertilizer or gasoline. Although the nation does export a minimal amount of coal and shellfish, it's safe to say that it lacks the robust economic tax basis supporting all other modern nation-states. Welcome back to another exciting video from Tech News Expert. Today's video is about how North Korea makes money. How do they compare? Before we start the video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. Crime. How does North Korea generate income, then? In the past, it resorted to crime during the 1980s and 1990s. This nefarious usually only went as far as little organized criminal hustles, such as smuggling cigarettes, amphetamine, or endangered species body parts. However, a hugely influential state-sponsored trade in fake $100 bills was one of the more lucrative old-school scams. In the early years of the 21st century, the U.S. government brutally suppressed this fake currency, known as WES, which had been used for decades, and had earned the North Korean regime about $15 million per year. This forced the outlaw state to get inventive, which is how North Korea eventually turned to hack. Remember the Sony Pictures hack from back in 2014? Sony Pictures then published The Interview, a brutal parody of the North Korean government, and its beloved leader Kim at the time. Pyongyang, who was furious, referred to Sony's comedy film as a wanton act of terror. In retaliation, he broke into the computer networks of the Hollywood giants. The embarrassing release of private internal emails, including one that referred to Angelina Jolie as a brat with little talent, as well as the screenplay for a future Bond film, was caused by this effective hack. Banking. But that breach was just the shining showbiz tip of a colossal cybercrime iceberg. Banks were and continue to be the focus of North Korean hackers' real work. In just 10 years of state-sponsored online fraud, North Korean hackers have raised about $2 billion, according to a 2019 United Nations study. By the way, that was 2 years ago. Therefore, it is likely that the actual number exceeds 2 billion. It is not accessible to abuse weaknesses in the banking systems of countries like the Philippines and Bangladesh and more developed economies like Japan, but North Korea has a long-term plan. Education. The government selects and hires the most intelligent young people from its mediocre educational system. These gifted mathematicians are pushed into specialized secondary schools where they are trained like young Olympians before enrolling in well-resourced Pyongyang. They are urged to learn to code and hone their online skills at universities like the Kim's University of Technology or Kim Young University. Keep in mind that only 1% of North Koreans, in general, have access to the internet. Hence, if you're PC, the great route out of the slums is through hacking. After graduating, these skilled Korean programmers, who Kim Jong-un has called warriors, join the government. Hacking. Here they're assigned to cyber espionage units with shady titles like Enemy Collapse Sabotage Bureau or the still more oblique Unit 180, whose goal is presumably conducting cyber operations to steal foreign money from outside North Korea. Rarely do defectors attempt to abandon the hermit, because the regime would swiftly exact cruel retribution on their loved ones. One courageous whistleblower revealed to The New Yorker that North Korea's elite hackers receive cars or lovely homes as compensation for their work and a unique place in the dictatorial Kim Jong heart. The work of these hackers occasionally gets international headlines, such as the Sony incident. Computer networks at Boeing, the German Federal Railway Network, and the British National Health Service were all rendered inoperable in 2017 by the so-called OneCry 2.0 hack. Mostly, however, ransomware attacks on smaller financial organizations that go unnoticed are committed by North Korea. Ransomware. I have evolved into seeing it as an unfavorable expense of doing business. These frequently result from malware assaults using the widely respected SWIFT banking system. SWIFT, aka, a fund request appears sincere thanks to the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications. For instance, the U.S. Federal Reserve was conned into giving out $101 million in phony SWIFT transactions in February 2016. It all started with con artists from North Korea. Exchanges for cryptocurrencies are by no means waterproof. One anonymous Hong Kong exchange had 10,800 bitcoins stolen from customer hot wallets during the 2018 heist. That building was valued at $94 million in 2018. It now amounts to more than $500 million. Can you halt them? The majority of hacking, according to analysts, is done by North Korean programmers based outside the nation. However, it is well known that young Korean programmers are encouraged to travel to other parts of Southeast Asia. VPNs, of course, complicate this image. They were learning how different systems and failsafe work, particularly those in neighboring Russia and China. Conclusion: to the former state, which protects its leaders from the harshest punishments. Lee is informed that it doesn't seem like the government has yet targeted any Chinese or Russian banks. What do you believe about the current bitter arms race that exists in society between Western cybersecurity experts and North Korean nerds with weapons? Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.